I hope I am not loud enough. But yeah, I hope you've been having a great day so far. And today I'll talk a little bit about multi-bank, MBG, and the entire real-world asset. And recently we made a massive announcement of $3 billion worth of real estate assets to be tokenized. So I'll share a bit more information about the deal and what it entails and what's in it for you guys as well. So I'll quickly get started. So what is multi-bank? Multi-bank is one of the largest TradFi derivatives exchange powerhouse, which does about $35 billion in trading volume every day, right? And they support different products, stocks, commodities, shares, all of these traditional, the derivatives platforms that, you will find. But beyond that, multi-bank is also exploring across new avenues like crypto arm, and it's an interbank institutional trading exchange platform called MEX Exchange. I'll get into the details, but let's look at the numbers, right? So in terms of the numbers, as I said, it's $35 billion in trading volume on a daily basis. We have about 17 trading licenses across different jurisdictions, and this is one of the very few TradFi platforms which has such a massive licenses, right? And this is actually one of our key strengths. Everything we do, we always operate with a regulatory aspect as a first step, right? So before we even go into any of the product offerings, we think about what can we do to make sure that the trust is built within the ecosystem. So 17 licenses globally. We have about, just in last year actually, so we made about $275 million in profit, and we have a balance sheet of about 600 million plus, right? So in short, we are building an entire massive ecosystem within the fintech space, and the idea is to bridge the TradFi and the Web3 world together. So these are all the different licenses and different jurisdictions. As you can see, we have some of the well-reputed, like in UAE we have WARA and MEX Global with SCA. In Australia, ASIC, it's just a quick representation of the strength that we come to the table with, right? And there are very few platforms in the world who can boast about so many licenses under one umbrella. Now, there are three key aspects to what we are doing and why we are here today, right? So we are about to launch something called MBG utility token. So it's the utility token that is derived its strength from the entire multi-bank three-pillar ecosystem. So what are the three pillars? So the first pillar is TradFi business, multi-bank FX. The second pillar is the multi-bank exchange. And the third pillar is multi-bank IO, which is a crypto arm, right? Now let's touch about each of them in a quick 2 minutes, right? So multi-bank FX, 17 regulatory licenses, over 2 million customer base, and in last year alone, like $362 million in revenue alone, right? MEX Exchange is an institutional ECN which is set to compete against the likes of Bloomberg, Reuters, and it's set to do about about $450 billion in trading volume every single day. So this is again a massive opportunity, and the platform is already built, and we have some big institutional customers already in place for this product. And the third part is the crypto arm, which is multibank.io, which is currently supporting spot across different crypto tokens, but very soon we are launching derivatives and real-world asset, the $3 billion real-world asset that we made a recent announcement, which I'll go into the details as well. So on the FX side, these are all the different products, and you can see metals, indices, commodities, crypto CFDs, shares, and forex. Again, I don't want to go into the details. I mean, these are pretty much self-explanatory, but I want to get to the more interesting part, which is towards the end of the slide, right? And MBG utility token drives value from each of these three killer business departments, right? So, for example, for the first part, multi-bank FX, MBG is deriving its value from the fees, the trading fees of all the users who are doing such a high volume. And there's also additional options like additional incentives for introducing brokers. There's also some additional, product features that are enabled for the multi-bank MBG utility token holders. And there will be again, a lot more product features that will be added onto the FX side of things, right? Now, MEX Exchange, this is basically the institutional interbank transfer sort of a product. Again, this is mostly driven, like, for example, Bloomberg and Reuters, they drive a lot of volumes, almost like $500 billion every day. They move from different banking entities and within different countries, right? This product enables all of the banking entities in different countries to do these real-time settlement almost instantly, which is not possible before, right? Especially in the developing world. So this is one of the biggest product launches that we are focusing on, and we've actually had the people behind, the developers of Reuters and Bloomberg as well. Similar to MEX FX, again, the MBG utility token will be deriving its value from MEX Exchange as well in terms of loyalty tiers, fees, buyback, and burn. Now let's talk about multi-bank IO, which is the third pillar. So multi-bank IO, in short, is a crypto arm which is enabling users to buy and sell on spot, but soon we'll add derivatives. But beyond that, there is also additional features, right? We're going to add like OTC, which has already been in place. We have one of the very strong on-ramps and off-ramps product feature where users from any country can deposit money in fiat and withdraw. There's also other additional products that will be added with high leverage and copy trading, etc. Again, even from multi-bank IO, the MBG utility token will drive its value from discount fees, early access to some of the products that we have on multi-bank IO. There will be also some additional features around incentivizing some of the top affiliates, etc. So these are all the things that will ultimately add value to a multi-bank utility token, right? Beyond that, there is another interesting feature that we are doing in terms of the multi-bank utility token, which is something called buyback and burn. So we are planning to buy back and burn close to $440 million worth of MBG token in the first 4 years of its operation. Just in first year alone, we are planning to buy back around $58 million. So the way we do this buyback and burn is the percentage of revenues derived from each of the business pillars. We take that revenue and we buy the MBG token on the market and we burn those tokens. So that eventually the idea is with less supply over a period of time, the value of the token appreciates itself. And that will reward the users who are holding the token for a longer period of time. Now, beyond that, what's the other exciting thing that we are looking at, right? So while we are adding a lot of value to the MBG utility token, we also believe that one of the key fundamental things that we offer that no other exchange or other platforms offer is offering the real-world asset products, right? If you go to any other exchange, you can buy, spot derivatives. You can trade derivatives. There are a lot of other options. But a real-world asset, that too, bringing a high-quality real-world asset is something that we have spent a lot of time to really understand where we can add a lot of value to the users and what is that value that actually appreciates over time for the users as well, right? And this is also like something that's more trust driving around the trust factor. So we made an announcement of $3 billion USD worth of a real estate asset to be tokenized, and we partnered with two players. One is MAG. They are like one of the biggest developers in the UAE. And there is also another partner called Maverick, right? So these two have been working. We've been working with these two players to make sure that we offer a platform that is very comprehensive and the real-world asset, the real estate asset is trustworthy. Right now, the product that we are offering is Ritz-Carlton, and it's one of the biggest projects in the world by Ritz-Carlton, right? And the project itself is each of the properties valued around $300 million dirhams, which in US dollars is about maybe $85 million. They are like very highly sought out of products, right? So they will be, they will start the construction, and in next 3 years the construction will be done. But What we are planning to do is, until the next 2 years, every month we're gonna offer a very high dividend of 8% paid daily, right? So a user who is coming to the platform, they are investing, let's say, $1,000, and own a piece of the Ritz-Carlton product offering. They will be able to get, after 1 month cliff, every day up to 8% of dividends paid to their wallet on multi-bank IO, right? This will be paid over the next 3 years, and upon launch, right, when the property is available out in the market, the token, whatever you bought, let's say right now, and upon launch, whatever the property value appreciates, you can sell the tokens at that appreciated value when the property gets launched, or you can continue to hold it for a longer period of time as well. So this is a massive fundamental shift in terms of how real estate is done across the world, and there are very few projects who's really making a massive change, right? And by the way, just to give you an example, for a lot of people, the entry barrier itself is so high, especially, for example, in Dubai, real estate market is growing almost like 20 to 30% year on year, right? And if you want to invest, let's say, I don't know, a $1 million worth of property, you have to do almost up to a down payment of 20%, which is like 200,000, right? The entry barrier itself is so high that a lot of people are stepped out of the market, right? But with this product offering, you can start with as little as $50, right? And you can own a piece of it. So this is just to give you an example of some of the properties. We'll be adding a lot more properties, and the platform will go live in the next 3 to 4 months. We are working with Maverick team, who are the technology layer, and working with the MAG team as well to offer these products to the market. As you can see, this is just an interface. User can go to the platform, pick up the property they would want, and they can decide to invest how much they want to, right? They can invest a small portion of it, or certain high value as well. And once they select the property, you can see all the photos of the property. You can see what is the price and what is the yield that is paid for the investors, and they can own a piece of token right onto the MBIO platform itself, multi-bank IO. So that's with real estate, RWA project that we are very, very excited about, and we'll be making more announcement about it as we get closer to the launch. This is a high-level roadmap beyond what we are doing right now, right? So there's a lot of aggressive push in terms of how we want to drive the value to the MBG utility token, and also over the next 2 to 3 years, what are the additional things that we believe will add the value to the token across the entire group ecosystem itself. So that's pretty much about it. We would be more than happy to speak. If you have any questions about multi-bank utility token, which is MBG, around the value, or the 3 key pillars, or real-world asset, more than happy to chat. We have a big booth here. Feel free to drop by and we can speak more. That's about it. Thank you so much.